Right, let's do some more farming. Let's get some Glyph XP up and running here. What do we have? Oh, tier 100 Vault of Copper. I'm gonna do this later. That's gonna work. Way. So I really like leveling the vaults actually. Like I like them more than traditional Nightmare Dungeons because they have no bosses and they really have no objectives. So if you get used to them, they're actually pretty chill. I'm just gonna like do a little bit of speed farming here because I need my glyphs up for the next builds I'm going to do. I'm not gonna make the mistake and, you know, start a build without having the glyphs before. Because that's like super annoying if you have like a build which is like halfway working and then you have to level the glyphs. I highly recommend not doing that if you wanna level the glyphs beforehand. But yeah, this build is like nuts. They're completely out of control. Like, you probably don't even need the meteor, like. Oh. The meteor like contributes. Like the fireballs really trigger a lot of the meteor enchantments. Then if you really like wanna like fight a big pack, like you actually cast the meteor, but usually I just do fireballs. Oh. That was stupid. Hate death pulls. But I really don't have the sigil dust to be like picky with the sigils I play. So I really like that I can get this build done without any mana fixing. I think I'm like at this point I wouldn't like even consider playing a build where I have to like spend a aspect for mana regeneration. That's like a complete no-go for me. So this like works perfectly. This is not a boss killer though. Bulls everywhere. Oh. I can't see shit. Like there's balls on this ground which is already like red. Like not preferable. Getting some nice sigils. Can't believe how bad a single Ice Blade is with cooldown reduction. Like, it's so non-existent. So hard to pick this Glyphstone here. What was I gonna do? Flame Feeder, right? But I'm not even using Flame Feeder. Like, I'm still using Adapt, which is like completely stupid. But you know, like, as long as I can go through, like, it's fine, right? I don't have to care at all. I can blast, I can blast. So I'm gonna level like 5 glyphs to 21. Then I'm gonna build like serious tier 100 builds. I mean, I'm gonna level like 5 glyphs to tier 21, and then I'm gonna make a build guide for this one here with the planner. And after that, I'm gonna build like serious builds, not like this. This is like, you know, I mean, it's not early game anymore, but this is like a very low investment build. Pretty much you just need like a couple of cheap unique items. I'm surprised like how good the Immobilize actually works with the Meteor and the Crippling Flames. Like, I never played that before, and it works really good. Like, if you like stand here, like, mobs are not gonna reach you. They're gonna get immobilized. Like, you can be like pretty much 100% certain that that's gonna happen. So this is definitely not a Telestomp build, but I don't miss Raymond. I know, like, last season, like, the meta was like playing Raymond, but I don't miss that item at all. It just makes you so squishy. I really enjoy like this more ranged focus style instead of telestomping. Should go faster. Actually, I don't even know why I'm killing the mobs. Like, probably the best strategy is just to skip all mobs and run through. I mean, you're not gonna find new sigils. That's the only bad thing about it. If you have like enough sigil dust and you want to level, you can probably just skip through the entire vault and just do the last room, and that's probably gonna take like 2 minutes max. So that's definitely gonna be faster than regular nightmare dungeons. It's pretty much the same for every vault. Like, they all pretty much take equal amount of time. Cinder's is the fastest, but the other ones are not like much slower. I really don't know why people don't like the vaults. I mean, you don't have to do the pearl story. You could actually do it, but I'm saving my pearls for now because, you know... I mean, I don't even know if it's gonna happen, that I'm gonna farm the Uber, Mal, whatever, the boss starting with an M. I don't think... Like, I don't know if it's gonna happen, if I'm gonna farm that guy at all. But if I wanna farm it, I should save my pearls. And it seems like, you know, it doesn't even matter to, like, level up the... Oh, it doesn't even matter to level up the construct stuff. Like, literally, my construct is never where I am. Like, there's just no chance. Like, I'm like... You know, as soon as you teleport, your construct doesn't get teleport. Like, I don't even know. Like, this is, like, the worst pet AI I've ever seen in, like, any game. Like, usually, like, in Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, like, if you would go too far away from your pet, it would teleport to you, right? Like, my pet doesn't do this. It's just, like, you know, fighting mobs, like, off-screen. Like, that's its primary profession. No clue how to design that. That's like... So I cannot even use the abilities on the pet. Like, I think it doesn't even happen. I don't even know if it buffs me. I don't even know how the buff icon looks like, if I get the pet buff or not. I don't think it even does it. Who knows? Like, I don't know, the Immobilize really, like, it is pretty strong if you're playing, like, just fighting these melee mobs, and there just don't seem to be, like, any strong range type of mobs in the walls, so it's, like, optimal for farming the walls, really, because, like, there's nothing dangerous in here, which is, like, on range. So I really enjoy it, it's, like, super chill. Trying to find some higher ones. Still like on tier 88. But I don't want to craft. Doesn't really... Well, I should actually go to like tier 90, because you get 3 of these distilled fears. So that would probably be a good idea, actually. I think I'm gonna craft some tier 90s. Maybe I can... Oh, come on, guys. What happened to dungeon entrants not having mobs in front of them? So yeah, I'm gonna craft some tier 90s. I want to get some lower tier 90s so I can get 3 distilled fears. Well, Firewall is early game. So on level... No, don't play Firewall. This is like really not for leveling. Firewall is way, way better. Right. Let's see. The entrance to the wall tier... Oh, it's 91 tier 100. Like, not gonna be like very... Likely I get the low one, right? 96, 97, 91. Oh, nice. Perfect. I mean, really, if you're like level 63, Firewall is like perfect. Don't even touch Fireball. You should switch when you have the Gloves of the Illuminator. And, well, I would say you need like... So, here's the thing, right? So for Fireball to be good, you need to scale direct damage. So you cannot scale burning damage. Early game, it's way easier to scale burning damage than to scale direct damage. So you really don't want to go like this until you're like level 80 or like, let's even say level 90. And you gotta have like a level... Well, I would really like recommend to have like a level 15 destruction glyph. Without a level 15 destruction glyph, I wouldn't even start. And you need the aspects. Aspect of 3 curses. You need like quite a bit of stuff to make this work. Like, it doesn't work by default. Like, you need a very high crit chance to get... Otherwise, you're gonna launch like these fireballs, but they, you know, they're gonna look cool, but they're not gonna do any damage. I would farm tier 100s, but it's they still do a little bit too much damage until I have my Paragon fixed. Like, the difference from tier 90 to tier 100 is really a lot damage-wise. Yeah, absolutely. I would... Oh, misclick this. I would definitely keep Firewall. You can easily keep it to like level 90, no problem. I mean, I farmed the Meteor Coronet with level 85. And then I played Firewall till like 97, so absolutely no problem. But it's probably a good idea to farm the Coronet. I don't know, I really like enjoy these walls way more than the regular Nightmare dungeons. Like I hate most of the regular Nightmare dungeons because the monster sets are like so awful. And these walls, they always have like these relaxed monster sets. Like it's really, really chill. In the Nightmare dungeons, I have like these snakes, I have like these suppressor animals carriers, like I have these vampiric guys all over the place. Like, it feels like in the vault, like, you know, there's nothing, like, really dangerous. Like, yeah, once in a while you can die, like, if you have, like, you know, something special. Oh, nice. First chest on Bouncy Fireball. Let's see where this goes. Just destroying this chest. Wonder how many waves these are. Still going. I want to see the charge barb doing this. Or just a bunch of gold. I expected way more. I want to pick up all these things. I'm back to farming gear, by the way. If you play Firewall, like, the gear is really not so important at all. Like, Firewall damage pretty much scales by itself. I have a guide somewhere on my channel for, like, Firewall. But really, like, just play defenses. Defensive chest piece, defensive pants. I mean, you can go lucky hit, but Firewall doesn't really get a huge effect from lucky hit. So, really, you don't need anything. Like, you don't need mana cost reduction, you don't need resource generation. Like, Firewall just sustains itself. It's just like a very, very low cost, medium effectiveness build, I would say. Like, most of the builds you need like at least one stat. Like, most of the builds will require like crit or something like that, but if you do like burning damage, you don't need crit at all. Oh, I remember this room. So this wall takes like relatively long. This is the Vault of Stone, yeah, okay, so I didn't notice. So the Vault of Stone really isn't good. Like, the other ones are good, but the Vault of Stone really takes forever. Would probably even do the same in tier 100 actually. But I'm already taking like a little bit longer than I want. maybe it's just the Ward of Stone. Look at this, like it's just pure destruction. Also, I like the screen shaking. I don't know, like why. Just like feels good having the screen shaking like with the fireballs exploding. Yes, correct, but that node is like super weak. So, it's the Burning Instinct node, and I can show you. I even have the Burning Instinct node like spec'd right now, but just because it's like 3 extra points. So it gives you 10% of your critical strike damage as bonus. So, like, let's say, you know, you have like 300 to 400 critical strike damage if you really spec into it. So that's like 40% more burning damage. It's like really like not so relevant. And the 1% burning damage for every 25 intelligence in the early game, that's gonna be like, you know, another 20% or something like that. So it really doesn't matter as much later on. Like in the early game, it's like, it's a good node. Because you just get like pretty much free burning damage. But it completely falls off in the late game. Like it doesn't scale. Even though they changed it from like 75 to 25 intelligence, they again, like they just keep failing to like buff stuff like enough. Like, you know, there's stuff which needs like 10 times buff and they give it like a, you know, 20% buff or something like that. Same with like the burning damage. So it needed like a at least 200% buff to be viable, and they gave it like a 50% buff. Like that is like they just keep doing that. Oh, Champion's Demise. Reduce cooldowns on kill. That's fun. Let's do that. This dungeon's dangerous though. I have to be a little bit careful. There's like this big guys like going like on the, yeah, these guys here. They have like more range than you would expect. And the dungeon is not so linear. Like, also I like about the walls that it's like pretty linear. No, I'm not really stunning damage. Like, I don't stun. Like, lightning spear stuns, but I immobilize. That's not stunning, actually. I mean, you see like a couple of stuns. That is from the lightning spear. But mainly I do immobilize. And this is like so easy, like... Shouldn't probably have said that, because I'm probably gonna die within the next 5 seconds, but... Like, this build like really excels with like if you have a lot of mobs. Like this is no single target. This is really just to blast through like large groups. Like because the lucky hit on the fireballs like triggers in an AoE, and it really gives you like a lot of meteor procs. You mean stat priorities on gear for Firewall, or? No, it's not the same. Unfortunately not. It should be all the same, but it's not. There's like too many like... So basically, this is what it is, right? Stunned. If it says stunned, then it's only stunned. If it says crowd control, then it's stunned, slowed, frozen, chilled. I guess that's these Immobilize. These are all like crowd controlled. And then there's also like aspects and glyphs which buff certain things. So for example, you have a control glyph which buffs frozen and stunned, but not immobilized. And then you have the control aspect which buffs stunned, frozen, and immobilized. So it is like such a clusterfuck, really. Like, so basically, you cannot play control glyph because I have immobilize, but I can play the aspect of control which works for immobilize. Like, makes sense, right? Oh, yeah, it's probably a good idea to return the stone. Ah, see, that's why I like the walls. Like, stuff like this can't happen to me there. So stat priorities on Fireball. So it's crit. So in the order I say it now, right? So first of all, it's crit. Then it is lucky hit. Then it is basically life. And well, let's do the offensive first, right? So offensive stats is crit, lucky hit, cooldown reduction, and well, kind of like resource generation, I would say. Resource generation or crit damage. It's like kind of personal preference, I guess. And then on the defensive ones, you just basically want maximum life and damage reduction from burning. It's like the main stat here. So on your like, but cooldown reduction is the most important, right? I mean, it wouldn't be if you don't play Meteor, like you don't need a lot of cooldown reduction. Just for this build with the Bouncy Meteor, like cooldown reduction is most important. No Firewall enchant. Like I completely removed this. The lucky hit on Firewall enchant is just too low. Like Firewall lucky hit chance is just too low. And the problem with Firewall enchant, it just procs off burning damage. So it's nice as long as you're using Firewall, but the burning damage portion of Meteor doesn't do a whole lot of lucky hit. And well, Fireball basically does no lucky hit at all. Well, it does no burning damage, sorry. So it wouldn't do lucky hit unless you play the Firebolt enchantment. And I actually play the Firebolt enchantment, but it's like, so I don't have room. Because I need Meteor enchantment and Firebolt enchantment right now. And I just used the Firebolt enchantment because I have to trigger burning instantly. So burning condition is really the most important for this build. And Meteor is too slow to apply burning. Because you have to wait for the Meteor to fall down to apply burning, and that's simply too long. And that's why I choose Firebolt enchantment, because it instantly applies burning. And then because we have all our damage reduction is to burning, and all our damage pretty much is also to burning, right? Firebolt and Meteor, correct. You get the blue flames if you have the skill above level 10. Or at level 10, I don't even know. I think level 10 or level 11. One of those. Oh, that was like a interesting jump. So yeah, this is like totally crazy. Like the Coronet is just nuts. Like it's not even about the right click. Like I'm not even casting it so much. Like it's more about the enchantment effect. Most of the time I even forget to cast it at all. But the bouncy fireballs do like so many of those. We will see. I will actually do this boss. I haven't tested this on a boss yet at all. I wonder if I have the mana sustain on a boss, because my mana sustain is lucky hit based. So if I can sustain mana on the boss, it's probably gonna be alright. But this is not like a super hot boss killer build. Definitely not. So I will get the, like, I will kill the boss, but, you know, at this point, I don't know how long it will take. We will see, because I'm also playing Aspect of Control, which is not gonna help me against the boss. But since I play Crippling Flames now, I will have, like, a lot of stagger on the boss, so it might be that I'm just, like, staggering this guy, like, pretty much instantly. Yeah, that's what I saw, right? So, see the stagger bar? But yeah, you see I don't have the mana sustain for the boss. So, that's the problem right now here. But that's okay, like, I don't... That's what I'm saying, I don't want to play a mana aspect or anything. So... I mean, I can stagger him super fast, but I cannot, like, regenerate mana, and I'm not playing Inferno. So you would probably, like, you know, if you really want to, like, go for boss fighting, you would have to do some adjustments to get, like, your mana fixed. But I mean, this is not too slow for, like, a tier 91 boss, right? Like, this took, like, what? 40 seconds, maybe? Yeah, this map was reduced cooldowns on kill. That's why I played it. So... It was not the Ice Blades. It was the dungeon affix. I want to go back to walls. The Ice Blades, they do a little bit, but really, I don't use them for the cooldown reduction. I really use them for the Tarasha stack right now, because I don't need the Frost Nova anymore. If I would be doing tier 100, I would definitely probably switch the Ice Blades again for the Frost Nova. The Frost Nova is just better utility. And the 12% more damage, I like can live without that. Oh, these are fortified. Like, see, even like these fortified guys, like, they pretty much melted. But yeah, not the best boss killer. I gotta admit this. But that's why I say it's not really necessary if you're like farming nightmare dungeons to kill bosses, because you can just farm the vaults. So I don't need to kill bosses fast. If I would have to kill bosses, I would switch the control aspect for the storm swell aspect. That's going to be like 30% more damage right there. And then like somehow get like some mana fix. I don't even know what mana fix. I mean, you could go like for some mana nodes in Paragon. So you would have like 130 mana, then it would probably even work. Something exploded on me. The thing is with the, like, why does this actually work so good? Like, you know, why am I not, like, permanently dying is because, well, okay, this just happened, because the snake. Basically, the cast animations of the mobs, like, are pretty slow. So you can immobilize the mobs faster than their cast animation. And, that's why it basically works. So, like, you just gotta be, like, you gotta make sure that you're, like, casting your fireballs into the mobs. And not, like just I did with this suppressor. Like, you don't want to teleport into, like, a stack of mobs and then start casting, because they're gonna be, like, from all sides, right? But as long as they're in front of you, like, it's pretty easy. Except for, like, these suppressors here. Like, something is wrong with this snake. Like, there's, like, some weird-ass snake which is doing, like, insane amounts of damage. I don't even know what it's doing, but it's dead now. But that, yeah, that's why I really don't like the snakes. They do, like, this random charge attacks which do, like, an insane amount of damage. I don't know. No. The fireball staff will reduce your damage by about 100%. It's just a bait item. It's completely garbage. Don't ever use that. The stats are just too terrible. It's cool if you find it early, like, you know, these unique items, it just feels like they are built. If you, like, find them early game, it's, like, really nice because you can already blast. Because, you know, you don't have the downside because you don't have any good wand and focus. But as soon as you have a good wand and focus, like, these unique items are, like, completely terrible. They take 2 aspects out of your gear, and they have very bad stats. So they are, like, literally not playable. No, but for this one here, you cannot play this at level 72. I mean, you can, but it's not gonna work. I will do the guide once I have my glyphs updated and do the tier 100, but it's gonna be a tier 100 guide. So, I mean, I don't think this guide is like really... I mean, you can play it early, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna be, like, super great. It just requires unique items. I mean, you can use the Firewall guide, like, if you're level 72, like the guide in the description, the updated guide, which is actually scaling burning damage. Did you see that scorpion hit? Which is scaling burning damage, that is, like, totally fine for your level. Like, this is more like a high level build. Not finding any sigils here. Like, these lightning spear, like, they really, like, hit every single mob. Like, I don't know if they buffed that lightning spear. Spear. I've been told it's called spear, like Britney Spears. But it's annoying because, you know, the guy's name is Jack Sparrow. But it's not the spear, it's like the bird. But, you know, if you're, like, German, like, it's all the same stuff. Ball lightning is trash, I heard. I mean, it's not trash, but it's not special. And since I don't think it's, like, so good. Because you're not gonna have, like, the utility and the survivability to take full advantage out of it. So that's why I think, like... I mean, I haven't, like, really seen any high dungeons, like, played by other builds yet. Like, I watched a couple of videos, but it doesn't seem like anybody has anything to show off. Maybe people just don't want to play, who knows. I mean, you can definitely still play Ball Lightning. They didn't completely kill it. But, you know, I assume it's gotta do, like, at least 5 times less damage than before or something like that. Right. Wand. By the way, I'm picking up wands because I need to get gold. So I'm selling those for like 50 million each. Because I don't want to farm any gear anymore, right? So what I'm doing is I'm farming, like, items and then I sell them on Diablo.trade. So I don't have to farm any more gear. Like, anytime soon. Like, it's, like, not Yeah, sure. So this is my, like, Coronet. Pretty alright. My chest piece still has, like, a dead stat, and I should enchant away these 7.8% damage, but I don't want to farm Hell Tides to get the enchantment mats. So I'm not gonna do it for now, like, I don't really need it. I would want to roll, like, a different stat on there, obviously. Like, damage reduction from burning, preferably, something like that. Like, these gloves are alright, like, it's a pretty good roll, actually. I cannot really complain. It's actually almost perfect, like, except for, like, mana gain on lucky hit. But besides that, this is, like, an amazing roll. My pants are, like, terrible. Still, like, 835-ish, but I can't find new ones. And they also have a dead stat, which is intelligence. Asus, I also got, like, a perfect Asus, pretty much. Like, I just found that today. Like, this is, like, the 6th pair or so I find. I didn't even farm them. Like, I just found it, like, on the way. My wand is alright. I still have, like, 1 dead stat on there, which is damage to distant. I mean, damage to distant is okay, but I consider it a dead stat. I want to have critical strike damage. Again, I didn't enchant this one either. So, again, I have no materials. Amulet, terrible. I rolled the movement speed on this, so I like the movement speed, but I have, like, basically 1 dead stat, which is damage reduction on here. So I really would want to have something else, like percent intelligence, ideally. And then my ring is also not very good. Like, I'm still working on a better one here. It's like an 806 with, crit chance, like a hit chance, maximum life, barrier generation. You probably want to have resource generation, then I could probably be, like, better on bosses. And then I have a Tar Russia ring. It's also not a very good one, but it's also not a very bad one. And my focus is also not very good, but also not very bad. Like, I have, low crit roll. I have 2 relatively high lucky hit rolls, and I have mana cost reduction, so that's pretty much alright. No, I removed X-Fals. I want to have, like, the ring with control aspect. I feel like just having Firebolt enchantment doesn't really justify X-Fals in this build. Because I'm scaling, like, I'm not scaling X-Fals damage, right? I'm using aspects which specifically target Meteor and Firebolt, so X-Fals is not going to benefit from those. That's why I'm not using it. It's nice because X-Fals has extra cooldown reduction, but it feels like I really don't need the extra cooldown reduction here. Because mainly my damage comes from the Fireballs and the Meteor enchant, and the cooldown doesn't really matter for that. So, I mean, it's nice to have the Meteors on right-click as a bonus cast, but it's really not required. Like, now, I'm gonna show you, like, I'm not casting Meteors right now at all, right? So I'm just using Fireball. That's probably a bad example because that was just like 3 mobs. Let me just find some more. Like, usually you drop, like, more Meteors than this, actually. But this is... I'm gonna show you inside when there's, like, bigger groups of mobs. So this is optimized to clear bigger groups of mobs. And then the Meteor enchantment, like, really goes to town. Like, and elites, obviously. On the non-elite mobs, they just die with 1 firebolt, and then they obviously can't apply any more lucky hit. So... yeah, the boots are pretty easy. You get them from Varshan. So that's, like, super fast, right? And yeah, the helmet, it's gonna take a while. Because the dungeon, it takes a little bit. But, people are probably, like, higher in level now. When I played it, everybody was, like, level 80. So let me just show you, like, on a bigger group of mobs now. Like this here. So, if I just do the Firebolt, the Fireball. Like, there's pretty much, like, Meteors dropping all the time. Like, you see, like... it procs, like, a lot. So, really, the right-click is a nice bonus, but it's not required. But, I mean, definitely, like, obviously, the right-click Meteor drops 4 Meteors, like, just for, like, 1 click, right? So, it's obviously, like... obviously you're gonna use it, but the Fireball alone also does, like, quite a bit of work. And I also removed the Shattered Stars aspect. I don't even know if I wanna, like, get that back. I haven't tried it, though. I could remove, like, a damage aspect for it. But so far, I feel I don't need it. Like, that was 2, like, green bubbles at the same time. You can farm the helm with the like beast in ice. And that's like the... Well, it's basically the slowest boss to farm. And yeah, the nice thing about the build is also you have like 100% crit, right? I mean, you have 100% crit on fire spells, like on the lightning lightning spear. You don't have 100% crit, but, you know, it's enough crit. Because the lightning spear has like this 5% extra crit per hit or something like that. I don't even know how it works. I have to read the ability. No, like that. You would think that Firewall would trigger a lot of lucky hit, but that's just not true. Firewall triggers like very low lucky hit. The lucky hit chance of Firewall is pretty low. So this one here, like, I think the look at the Fireball lucky hit chance is 58%. And basically, if one Fireball hits like 10 mobs at a time, you basically have like 10 times 58% roll for a lucky hit. And the Firewall has like, what does it have? I think it has like 40% or something like that over like the full duration. I will look once I have like... Problem is I cannot look here because there's a Shadow Drifter and that's just gonna kill me and I don't want that. You can't use the build without unique. This is like a unique build. It really requires the uniques. And it really requires every single unique in the build, actually. Like, there's no way you can play it without. I mean, you can play it without the Starfall Corona. Like, you can just play Bouncing Fireball. Like, it's just gonna work just fine without. Then you could just choose Frozen Orb Enchantment then, for example. But it's gonna be like a different build, I guess, then. But it's actually it's not so hard to obtain these uniques. Like it depends how much time you want to invest, right? Like all the uniques are target farmable, so depends like on your level and how much time you have. So you probably would need like, let's say you are level 80 plus, you probably would need like either maybe 5 hours to farm all the uniques. Probably a fair assumption. If you get like a group in Discord. It's pretty easy. So you can definitely do it. But it's gonna take a little while, so it's not just... Also, about the Firewall Enchanted, that it like casts stuff exponentially. Yes, but you know, that is pretty much just... Well, I'm not gonna call it a bait. It just looks cool, right? It was like good to make a video on like the dummies where like this, you know, chain reaction would like continue like infinitely. But in reality, it doesn't work. So yes, there is kind of a chain reaction, but the proc rates are relatively low. So yes, it chain reacts, but in reality, the mobs die, the mobs walk out. And usually what's happening is, in the very end, if you do this, there's going to be 3 to 5 elite mobs left. And on the 3 to 5 elite mobs, you're not going to have a chain reaction anymore. Because it's not enough of them. And all the trash mobs, they die instantly, right? So you're not going to need them for the chain reaction. So that's really why it's not working. If you would have 15 elite mobs, like you would have like a really strong chain reaction on them. But you don't have 15 elite mobs, you just have like 3. And so once all the trash is dead, like your chain reaction instantly stops. These dash pulls are no joke. And that's the good thing about this build, because you only need to hit the group once. So the fireball bounces through the group and maybe hits it like 2 times, and it triggers all the lucky hits you need already. Then it summons like, you know, 2 or 3 meteors, which fall down, and then the group is dead. So you don't even need a chain reaction. Like, why would I need a continued chain reaction if I can just blast everything, like, in the first place, right? Yeah, but even if you... that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter if you have an unlucky roll. Like with this build, it's not so much about the meteor cooldown at all. Like, as I say, like, mainly it is about the extra meteor from the enchantment effect and the extra meteor from the... I guess it's the enhanced meteor. So these are the 2 major parts, and then, you know, just casting the meteor, like, with the charges... Even if you have the worst roll, right, you can still, like, you know, you probably just have to, like, go a little bit slower. But you can still cast your meteors. Like, it's not like, you know, the item is not usable if you have a bad roll. Like, you can still cast them. It's just gonna take, like, 2 or 3 seconds longer for the charge to regenerate. But you can definitely use the bouncy firewall. So I would definitely not say that you need a good roll at all for this build. It's just like, you know, it's gonna get a little bit stronger, but it's not required. It's with most builds, right? There's builds which would require a perfect roll on a certain piece, and this is definitely not required here. So it's just gonna slow you down a little bit if you have like a little bit less of a good roll, and that's it. But you can still play the build just fine. The correct way? I think so. It's okay versus bosses. I mean, I just tried one. I don't have like the mana fix for bosses. So with slight adjustments, it will be alright versus bosses. Like, for example, if I had mana cost reduction on my amulet and resource generation on my extra ring, I could sustain mana on a boss fight. And I could probably kill like you know, it was like a tier 91 boss and it took me like 40 seconds, so I could probably get down to like 20 seconds. But this is not like a Hoda bar boss killer build. Like, this is strictly for AoE farming. That's the primary profession here. And that's also like, I think that's what the season theme is just about, AoE farming. Like, this is how the walls are designed. They have a very high mob density. So, definitely. But that's with most builds, right? Like, yes, we had Ball Lightning, which was pretty much like an all-killer, but most builds are like either good versus bosses or good versus crowd control. Like, not all builds are like equal in that regard. Ah, gotta be careful. This gas pulse is no joke. I hate this. Like, for exactly like in this room, like with the dash pulse, like it forces me to move all the time. It doesn't have to be. Like, but, you know, the AoE with the Immobilize is just, like, nuts. Like, there's, like, literally everything dying. And I didn't see that explosion at all. I would assume I could, like, survive on dash effects. Like, I have 17k life. 17k life. maxed armor, maxed resistances, and I die of like a single on death effect there. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. They force me to dodge it. Can't do anything about it. Okay. Right. What do we have here? Just stash some more sigils here. K96, Ward of Cinders. Sounds good, right? Let's step up the game. Actually, it's stupid for me to farm these high ones. I should just farm like level 90s. Level 90 is like perfect for me. Alright. Yeah, it's juicy, right? I enjoy it. This is season 3. Yeah. I mean, you can definitely get every unique. It doesn't take long. Like, even if you're completely unlucky, it's not gonna take long. The drop rates are fairly high. Unless you're looking for like a perfectly min-max roll, and I'm not even doing it. Like, I'm also, like, I'm too lazy to farm a new Tarasha ring, because you know what? Like, minus 12.5%, and yes, I could get like another 7.5% damage if I get a better Tarasha ring. But you know what? It's like not worth my time right now. Like, I don't need it. Like, as long as I do the damage I need, I don't see like a reason upgrading my gear. And that's also like a lot of mistakes people do. Is just upgrade your gear like too frequently, and like in general care like too much about gear. Because when I was doing tier 100, like, well, basically while I was doing like tier 80s, while, you know, nobody else was like even doing tier 50s when I was doing tier 80s, I still had like super terrible gear. Like, I even had like sacred items. I had like my pants were like 2 out of 4, my chest was like 3 out of 4, my amulet was 2 out of 4. I really didn't have any good gear. And it's not about having the perfectly min-maxed gear, unless you wanna, like, you know, play like a complete like cookie cutter build. Because you don't have to face tank these mobs. Like, even though you see I have 17k life, I still get randomly one-shot by stuff. Like, I cannot even change it. And no matter how good your gear is, unless you're playing like a low life, barrier, immortal type build, you're gonna get killed. And it doesn't really change how good your gear is. Yes, it's gonna speed up your process a little bit, but the question here is, do you have to speed up your process so much? Sometimes, you know, sometimes I even die. Like, if I have better gear, I tend to die more, because I tend to overextend. Because I think, well, I have the best gear, right? So now I have all 925 gear with like a 3 out of 4, and I'm like thinking, you know what, like, now my gear is so good, I should just be able to like teleport in here, drop 2 meteors and go on and like kill everything. But if you would just go a tiny bit slower, you would actually enjoy like probably your game more. because it's not so stressful. And also, you would die less. So don't get crazy about like min-maxing gear. Like, it's not worth your time. If you're level 85 and you're like chain farming Varshan to get like a 15% Tarasha ring, like, think about it. You rather want to like push to a level 100 and, you know, upgrade like your rare pieces. You're gonna get like a much better result out of this. Like when I have been farming the Starfall Coronet, right? It was a group of 4 Sorks. And 3 of the Sorks already had it. So they were still farming it on level 85 to get a better one. And I was like why? Like, what is this gonna do for you? Like, you're like level 85 and you're like target farming a boss, which takes like 5 to 8 minutes per kill, just to get like an extra 2% cooldown reduction on level 85, which is literally not gonna do anything at all. Like, just think about that. Like, unless you're like, you always want to like work on the pieces which are the worst. And the pieces which are the worst are usually going to be your rare pieces. Your chest piece, your pants, your rings if you want to play these, your wand and focus. These are usually your worst pieces, because the uniques, they just, you know, they just have like a little bit of bad rolls, but the unique is always gonna have the same stats. It's just gonna have like a little bit like fewer stats on them. But, you know, if you're running like a 850 like focus because you're not like able to farm 925 gear yet, like, why would you like farm Starfall Coronets to get like a min-maxed version if you rather like push yourself to tier 100 and get yourself some 925 weapon, right? I mean, I'm not even considering doing like Beast in Ice. I can tell you what... You know what I did? Like, I farm, like, these Nightmare Dungeons, right? And I get 3 of these Distilled Fear, whatever they are called, to farm the Beast in Ice. You know what I did this morning? I sold all of them on Diablo.trade for 225 million gold. Because, you know what? I'm not gonna farm the Beast in Ice anymore. I'm like... I don't need to min-max my Starfall Coronet. I'm blasting. Like, why would I do that? So, what I'm gonna do is now, like, again, I have 51. So this is another, what is it? Like, it's another 125 million. So I'm just gonna sell all these items, and then I'm not gonna farm yellow gear. I'm just gonna sell all this stuff, and then I'm just gonna buy the gear I need. See, ring right here, like blue rose. You wanna farm like Duriel for this stupid blue rose? Well, here's the perfect one. Like, who cares about this shit? What is this, by the way? I have no room. I want the sigil. But yeah, that's just, you know, a little bit to consider, like, this is not Path of Exile. This is like Diablo. Your gear is not super important. It is important to, you know, get a couple of breakpoints, basically. But besides that, you can pretty much play whatever gear you need. Like, for Fireball, you have like kind of a crit breakpoint here. You gotta reach like a certain level of crit. To be like blasting, but you don't have to have perfect pieces. Like, I could optimize my gear if I wanted to. Like, I don't have to, like, you know, I don't need these pants. Like, I could buy better pants right now, or I could pick up pants all the time and go through them and find a better one. Absolutely, I could do that. I could find a better chest piece. I could go farm Helltides now and enchant my chest piece and enchant my pants, enchant my amulet. No problem, I could do that. But, you know, I rather not, because I'm doing, like, my glyph updates right now. So I'm not gonna farm, like min-maxed gear. I already did it, right? Yeah. It takes long enough to upgrade the glyphs. 92. I think I'm gonna do, once I have the Flame Feeder done, I might have to do one more glyph. I'm not entirely sure. Because I want to make this build. Like, if I would slot in Flame Feeder, I would pretty much almost double my damage. Not double, but I could get like 40% more. And I'm still using Adapt Glyph, which gives me just basically Mastery Skill damage. Which is something I want to get rid of. But I have to redo my Paragon board, and I'm just too lazy right now. So I can double my damage like without like any issues. I just gotta like adjust a couple of Paragon nodes. Wow. Thank you, Dash Pulse. These Dash Pulses, like, they start to hurt like from like level 85-ish on. They start to really hurt. Oh, maybe I should take the whatever here. So I don't know if I want to try get back into Shattered Stars, but I feel like no difference with or without playing Shattered Stars, actually. Like, the visuals with Shattered Stars are definitely more impressive, but I feel like that's pretty much it. Oh, I clicked the shrine accidentally. My poor pearls are gone. Why are you not enjoying the barb? You don't like charge? Oh. Ah! See, that's what I mean by overextending. I don't know, like, I heard Necromancer levels amazingly fast this season. I will always recommend Sorceress, because I just like Sorceress. But I don't like Rogue. Like, I don't like the concept of Rogue. And Druid is probably nice, but never played it so far. I heard Necromancer is good. Come on, like, I specifically moved out of this explosion because there was no explosion and there was no mob, but all of a sudden there was an explosion. I hate Death Pulse. It's like the worst ability. Well, it's not the worst, actually. Stormbane's Wrath is like the worst. And then Death Pulse. That's the order. I usually don't play Death Pulse. Should probably stop doing that. Yeah, I don't know, like boss damage. I feel like bosses in the in Nightmare Dungeons are so poorly designed that I don't even want to play them. Because, you know, there's Nightmare Dungeons without bosses, which just like are much faster than the ones with bosses. So as long as you don't want to play the bosses. I mean, that's the reason why I'm doing the walls here. First of all, I get the materials to, you know, if they fix the construct, like the companion, then, you know, we might need to upgrade it. But as long as they don't fix it, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, this guy is not doing anything. I don't think, like, I even get the buff from him. No clue how to even see it. Like, there's just way too much going on. But if they fix the companion that it actually stays with you, I assume they're gonna do that. I mean, if they don't do it, like, they get, like, shredded to pieces on Reddit. Like, in a boss fight situation, you're gonna have your companion, right? It's just like while you're, like, progressing through a dungeon, like, your companion is never gonna be there. And this is, like, so easy. I don't know if these mobs in the vault just do less damage than regular. Like, just like feels like too easy. Right. Okay, so Flame Feeder is almost done. Oh, this is the freaky dungeon, which was like the super farm dungeon in like season, I don't even remember. Was it season 1? I think. I'm gonna do this. Do I have any more potions? I really like to do the attack speed potion, but I don't have any more materials. Can I make one? Wait, this is the wrong guy. I was actually thinking about, like, while I was building this with Firewall, I was thinking about, what about Chain Lightning? Because I have access to unstable currents. And what about Chain Lightning Lucky Hit Meteor? I think it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna, like, I don't know how much damage. Like, first of all, I think it's gonna be a little bit less impactful Lucky Hit-wise. Because Chain Lightning has no AoE to apply your Lucky Hit, right? So I think that's gonna be a little bit weaker to apply your Lucky Hits. I don't know how much, like, it's complete assumption here. And you're gonna have less meteor damage because, well, do I want to do this world boss? You're gonna have less meteor damage because obviously, I mean, what you could do is you could just not scale Chain Lightning at all, just put it on level 1 and like go all out meteor damage, just like I'm doing, and instead of bouncing Firewall, basically just use Chain Lightning together with Recharging Aspect. And then you would probably end up with something which would be like similar to what I'm playing, but you would have access to Crackling Energy. And you would have access to stun, basically, right? Because you get all the lightning spears from unstable currents. So I think it could work. Like, again, I was considering doing it. I just, I decided not to do it because I was thinking I need too many aspects. Because I was thinking I need recharging aspect and I also need whatever the aspect is called, like Chain Lightning hits 4 additional targets. And I would need the Chain Lightning hits 4 additional targets probably on the amulet. So I felt like it was like a relatively huge investment. And by playing this bouncy Fireball, basically, the buffs to Meteor also apply to Fireball. So I have basically like double damage. And in the Chain Lightning scenario, Chain Lightning will not do any damage, basically. So that's why I didn't do it. But, it might still be good. Yeah, but I mean, if you take Starless Skies, first of all, that's an Uber unique, so I'm probably not gonna have that anytime soon because I don't wanna. Probably I'm not even gonna kill Uber Durian this season at all. But if you take Starless, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you take Recharging Aspect or Starless Sky. Well, actually, Starless Skies is awesome now, right? I forgot it got like buffed. So yeah, I mean, obviously, if you have Starless Skies, like, also for this build, I would, like, directly play Starless Skies, right? It would just fix my mana problem on single target completely. But I don't have it. Like, if I had Starless Skies, obviously this would be my choice. So I guess that goes, like, the same for Chain Lightning. You don't need Recharging Aspect if you have Starless Skies. That's correct. Oh, I can. I could kill Dural right now. First of all, I don't need anything from Dural. I would want to have Shaco probably at some point, but I don't think I'm gonna, like, play this season for this long, actually. Because, you know, I want to, like, test the other Arclash builds, and then I want to, you know, probably peek into the Gauntlet. But besides that, this season is just, like, so minimal, right? This season is just like Eternal. So I might as well just go on Eternal and play, because I have the Uber Uniques there, right? Because the Companion is not working at all. It's not doing anything. So why would I refarm the Uber Uniques this season? Like, if I have nothing which is, you know, not on Eternal. That's just my thinking here. Like, I really don't see me putting another, like, 50 hours into farming Uber Uniques from Duriel. That's just my... Like, if there would be something in... Wait, what is with this guy? I mean, it's good, like, because, you know, all the build guides I'm doing, pretty much everybody can play these on Eternal, right? Like, right now, pretty much the game is exactly in the same state on Eternal than on Seasonal. Yeah, they might fix it. That's true, but I think even if they fix it, like, the absolute maximum you can get out of this construct is probably like a 60% damage buff from the adrenaline, and it will apply, like, vulnerable for you. So you're not gonna get more out of this. And, you know, obviously you can get the +4 skills if you get, like, the Uber rune. If you want to farm, like, the other boss for, like, another 50 hours. But then what? Like, what am I gonna do with it? Like, yeah, I can do the Gauntlet, which is probably, you know, first of all, they didn't fix snapshotting yet. So if they don't fix snapshotting before the Gauntlet hits, I'm not even gonna enter it. Because, you know what? I'm not gonna do this snapshotting shit. Like, I don't want to, like, switch my gear around to use, like, some random exploit to basically give my character double damage, double attack speed, and double defense. Like, I'm not gonna do it. And if I don't do it, I'm not gonna have any chance to get into the leaderboard. So, like, it's just not interesting for me at this point. And if they fix snapshotting, you know, then it might be worth a shot. But, you know, they're gonna announce that they fix snapshotting probably, like, 4 days before the Gauntlet hits, and then they're probably gonna fail fixing it. And then I'm gonna have, like, you know, farmed all my Uber Uniques, like, spent in, like, so many hours to get the Uber Uniques I already have on Eternal, by the way, to compete in a content which I can't do without exploiting. So that's, like, that's why I don't really... I think I'm not gonna do this. The problem is they should have started the Gauntlet at the beginning of this game. That was just, like, you know, I would totally blast the Gauntlet right now. Like, right now, I would blast it. And you know what? I would probably be #1. There would be probably nobody even close to me at this point at the Gauntlet. I mean, this is, you know, I might be, like, totally crazy. You know, maybe it's not true at all. But, you know, now it would be interesting to do the Gauntlet with, like, not having everything figured out yet. And in a month from now, like, 80% of the people are not gonna be playing this season anymore anyway. See, this was pretty fast. Wait, where's the other guy there? Okay, so a Flame Feeder. What else do I need? I want to get rid of Territorial. Reinforce is a good glyph. Exploit. I probably want to have Exploit. I don't want to have control. So I want to have exploit. I want to have adapt. No. Pyromaniac? I don't care. Actually, I just want to have exploit. And then later I need charged for the lightning build. Alright, can I put my flame feeder in here? Like, it seems stupid to have a level 21 glyph, which I'm not using, right? Where do I actually have territorial? I'm not using it. So, like, I don't think I need adapt, actually. But this board... Let me just put flame feeder in here. Because I can. Flame feeder. Okay, I need one more node. Find a random damage node and remove it. Bye-bye. Okay, so like this is 10% X, and I don't think I need adapt. So this is gonna be a buff. This one I'm keeping. Well, like Pyromaniac is, yeah. Like this board has 49 dexterity. And like Pyromaniac really is like not the great glyph, but I don't have a better one right now. Destruction. Tactician. Okay, I mean, I guess that's alright. Like this board is actually not so bad. Like it's alright. It has a lot of damage reduction and yeah. Anyway. What do we have here? Tier 96? Let's go for tier 96, whatever. Let's just go for the tier 100 now. I'm like bored. I mean, I would have to try it. Like I removed it and so far I don't feel like I'm missing it. I don't know if that means that it's bad, actually, because, well, I only have one spot, which would be Conceited aspect. But I just got a feeling like I'm using the bouncing fireball, and like a big chunk of my damage comes from bouncing fireball. So if I would get back to Shattered Stars, I would lose damage on my fireball. So that's kind of my thinking here. Because I don't have room for the aspect. Wait, what? Why is it so fast? Do I have a speed hack? Huh. I feel like I'm faster than before. Doesn't make any sense, right? I just put like flame feeder in. Oh. Got a stash. Damn, I think my stash is full, isn't it? No, I can't deal with it. Oh, I can't deal with it. Some more room left. Please give more stash tabs. He's like, well, this, I could actually take the sigils and move them. That's a smart move. See, like this is like the state of Diablo 4. Trying to move random stuff somewhere because you're too lazy to like disenchant them. So I should just disenchant all these sigils and I would have the room, but I'm like just way too lazy. So I'm moving this stuff around to be able to stash more stuff to disenchant them later. Story of my life. But hey, it works, right? So Like, my damage is already significantly higher, I would say. Would I say I missed what was it called? Like, the Adapt Glyph? Like, do I miss the 20% radius of Meteor? Honestly, no. I got a feeling it's, like, more, it's even better without the glyph. It's just my feeling. Because I can target fire. Like, it feels like the meteors were more spread out before than they are now. Maybe that's just a feeling, but... I'm using Conceited Aspect, Aspect of Control, Aspect of 3 Curses, Aspect of Ancient Flame, and Defensive Juggernaut's Aspect, and Aspect of Disobedience. And if I would have armor on my amulet, I could completely remove Aspect of Disobedience, because Juggernaut's Aspect is completely broken. Because, you know, like, the evade cooldown, like, it doesn't matter at all. Like, nobody cares about that shit. Like, if it's, like, 7 seconds or 3, like, it doesn't matter at all. And, like, I have 14k base armor without Disobedience on. Like, it's just completely broken. Like, I just need, like, if I would put the armor elixir on, I am at armor cap. I wouldn't even need Disobedience at all. So broken is Juggernaut's Aspect. Like, this is 3.7k base armor. So the best roll would be 4500 base armor. And just... like, this aspect is just, like, completely broken. Like... so, essentially I need one more armor roll and then I can get rid of Disobedience. And I could get, like, for example, another 20% lucky hit chance. But I could also, like, get Exploiter's Aspect. So I would have room for, like, another utility aspect, which is always a good thing. But, you know... as I already said, like, I have to farm Hell Tides to be able to enchant my gear. And I don't want to do it. But, like, this is tier 96 now, right? Yeah. So let's see how this goes. Probably not any difference to tier 100 really here. I will show my gear after the dungeon. Real quick. What is happening here? I gotta make a better Paragon board. Oh! What was that? Guardsman Construct? I don't even see what killed me there. Must have been some kind of magic range attack. Gotta be more careful with, like, precasting my lightning spears. In tier 100 that's gonna be important. Oh, I have no clue how to do subtitles. I'm not, like, a tech guy. Doesn't YouTube automatically make subtitles? Pretty sure it does. If I watch a YouTube vid on my mobile, it has subtitles. I don't think it... I'm pretty sure it does it automatically. I don't think I have to activate that feature, actually. I've seen subtitles on my videos. I think you just gotta press the correct button to activate them. Like what, like it's year 2024, like we can auto-generate subtitles these days, right? I was so... No, but it wasn't like the trap didn't kill me though. It said Guardman's construct. So I was thinking it was a trap too, but it didn't say it was the trap. Because I thought I was not standing in the trap. I was like standing next to the trap, but you know, standing next to something is like a pretty vague story for like a Blizzard developer. Remember standing next to the spike attack from Uber Lilith? Oh, in stream? I don't even know if that's working. I would have to check that. But I can't do it right now. Whoopsie. Nah. I hate this game. Oh, these fucking poison bubbles. Why not reuse Rainman? Rainman would just instantly kill me. Like, I would just be dead all the time. I don't need Rainman at all. Like, I don't even want to have the mobs grouped in this build. I want to have the mobs in front of me because I only have Immobilize and not Stun. So if I would use Rainment, I would just jump in and all the mobs which would not be dragged by Rainment would just kill me. That's exactly what would happen. And also Rainment doesn't have defenses on it. So I would lose in defensive aspect. So I don't really see like the reason to play Rainment in this build. Also has bonus damage to stunned, which is a condition I don't have other than from Rainment itself. So I really don't want to push this as like a melee build. This is like a ranged build. Alright, let's do tier 100. If I can find one. Alright, I got a Vault of the Stone tier 100. This is easy. I got a Vault of Copper tier 100. This is also alright. I got a Vault of Cinders tier 100. Let's do the Cinders. Oh yeah, you can see the gear. Alright, do I want to do it with this potion? Oh, that's a attack speed potion. I can use that. Let's do a little repair here. So let's do tier 100. Vault of Cinders, tier 100. Let's go. Shit, I said... Oh, I didn't level... No, I did level the glyph. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's go, Power Rangers. This is probably gonna be easy. Maybe the last room is gonna be difficult. Just gotta be a little bit more careful here with the volcanic. Because the stuff I cast all the time looks pretty much just like volcanic. And wait for the suppressor. Go a lightning spear. And just run in. Easy clap. Tier 100 suppressors. What happens if you charge Barb into a suppressor? Would you say charge Barb or Barb charge? This goes like pretty easy actually. See, that's why I mean, like, why I wouldn't play Rainman, because you know what, this is exactly the condition I want to have. I want to cast a bouncing fireball and I want to have mobs run into that fireball. I don't want to jump the mobs and stand in the middle of them. Because the firewall basically, you know, it bounces, right? So if you're standing in the middle of the mob, you just hit it once. But with the bouncing fireball, you actually, you know, you see like, right? I'm hitting like everything I want, basically. So this is like really not a build for Raymond. Oh, okay. That was like the guys behind me. Which apparently... I don't know even how, like, it like one-shots me. Like, these little guys with the little fire... spit... whatever. They do, like, insane amounts of damage, actually. Okay, let's get back into this here. This was the trap room. Oh. So I mean, except for the random damage I'm receiving, like, this is, like, completely easy. Doesn't really feel like much harder, like except for the random damage from the range attacks. Everything else is like easy peasy. Just gotta like keep moving. No, like tier 100 resplendent chest here? Oh, there it is. So you should always open these because these drop like sigils a lot of the time. Like, doesn't really look like a tier 100, right? Like, this is like... This is like cookie dough. Oh, this guy's like angry. So if you get like one of these big guys angry, like you basically just like immobilize them and oh, there was the this little thing. Like I don't even see it. Anyway, if you get like one of these big guys angry, like you just gotta immobilize them and then you drop like you drop like 8 meteors like right on top of them, and then the angry guys are like pretty dead very soon. But yeah, these ranged guys, like, they do, like, crazy damage. Even if I have full barrier, like, they kind of one-shot me. Really unexpected. Oh, I already in the room, right? Okay, let's see what we do here. Don't want to stand on the volcanic. I'm gonna, like, stay in the corner here for a little bit. Really no clue what to expect here. See, there's suppressor right there. And they are shooting me. Need teleport, please. Thanks. Okay, 100 walled right there. Took me 6 minutes. Not too bad, right? Which one am I doing? Okay, let's do another one. I want to have a perfect one. What do we have? Huh? Do I still have them in my chest? Yes. Yes, I will absolutely do this, because this is my first, like, real tier 100 build, actually. Like, again, the last build I made, that wasn't really a tier 100 build. I just pushed this to tier 100 for, like, for fun, basically. This one is more like a real tier 100 build. Didn't find a single sigil. Like, it's depressing if you play tier 100 and you find a sigil. Like, you don't find a sigil. I hate that. No, I'm doing this. I'm recording, like, the... I should actually this. I'm recording these for the build guide already. So I want to have, like, a couple of tier 100s. Oh, nice, I got, like, poisonous evade, so I got an extra Tar Russia stack. So that's why I'm going a little bit fast, because I want to, like, record a good video. Don't you blood blister explode on me. I should change my lightning spear and ice blades, by the way, because I have trouble. Oh, come on! I was changing my skills, stupid scorpion. Ah, there goes my perfect run. Like, out of nowhere, like, there comes a little, like, not even elite scorpion, and there's the next one. This is retarded. Yes, it's like 15 million times better than Firewall. Again, the Firewall build was not intended to be tier 100. I just basically abused the Coronet to push it, but Firewall wasn't really contributing to it. As soon as I spec'd out of burning damage. Because, you know, my assumption was I could scale burning damage of Meteor, but Meteor burning damage doesn't scale. So that is why this build was, like, well, I wouldn't say it was weak, but, you know, it was not, like, extremely strong. Damn, this was a good sigil. That's like a crazy arcane enchanted guy. So yeah, if I get a little bit more survivability, I don't even know how I get, like, I can get more damage reduction. That's, oh my god, I have to go. No, 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 no. Ah. Like, if you skip the blood blister and then you hit a dead end, and you gotta go back in time to kill the blood blister before it kills you. Like, story of my life. Yeah, much better. So the problem is, like, I have my ice blades on my skill slot 1, and sometimes I don't really hit, like, the 1 key, like, strong enough, and it doesn't come out. which is not so dramatic for Ice Blades, but for Lightning Spear it's like very important, because this is my initiator as it stuns and applies vulnerable. Again, I killed myself apparently, I don't even know what happened. Just random kills here. That's what I don't like about tier 100. Like, there's like so much random one-shot mechanics, and the only way to like get around this is like play low life with barrier. Or like play super slow with, you know, having lightning spear up on every pack. Cannot move. Something is blocking me. How did I even survive that? I have no idea. Oh yeah, wait. There's always mobs coming from that side. Also, I'm not playing Elixir, by the way, so I should like probably get one. But it shouldn't be like this. Like, you shouldn't get one-shot by, like, you know, a random white mob's ranged attack, which is very hard to see. Like, the scaling, like, if, you know, if a fat elite hits you in the face, you know what, yeah, like, you're totally supposed to get one-shot, like, nothing wrong about that, right? But this random little, like, ball shoot by, like, a mechanical wasp, like, somewhere from behind you, that shouldn't one-shot you. I have no issues with, you know, the big guy with the big club, like, hitting on you and, like, instantly killing you. Like, absolutely no problem with that. Like, you deserve that. If you, like, want to melee, like, the guy with, like, the big club, then that's your decision, right? Here we go. I mean, without the random one-shots, like, this would be a good run. And I didn't find a new vault. It's like so depressing. No, it's Germany. Thank you. I'm playing, what am I playing? The Firebolt and, oh my god, there's pulls. I don't want to do this. I'm playing Firebolt and Meteor Enchantment. Oh, Monster Burning Resist? Actually, I don't care about burning. The guys from the Netherlands, their accent is like way more awesome. Like, Netherlands accent is like definitely the best one on the world. Like, you know, instantly fall in love. Like I have like a guy from the Netherlands in my company, and he's like the coolest guy. And whenever I am in the Netherlands, like the people talking, like it's like so amazing, like the middle of the world. So this is Deathpool's tier 100. I don't even want to do this. Oh wait, I forgot to clip this. So I'm gonna be super careful. Which is probably gonna last for like 1 second and then I'm just gonna jump right in again. Like, suppressors are like an issue for this build, because I don't have Frost Nova anymore. If I would have Frost Nova, like, no problem. But suppressors without Frost Nova are a little bit annoying. I mean, you can definitely rely on Flame Shield. You have like 1 second to kill this big stack, and then you have to run out. But if you don't finish it in 1 second, you know, they tend to like heal to like 100%, like randomly. Oh! I saw it and I couldn't turn around. There's an item which is called the Gloves of the Illuminator, and that is like making the fireball bounce. I didn't see this Dash Pulse here. I should just not play this. Like, really, this Dash Pulse tier 100 is nothing for Sorceress. Oh. The Wasp. I hate these guys. Let's hope they're not inside here. Oh! So there's two like strategies like with Dash Pulse. Either you're gonna be like super conservative and like kill everything and keep moving back all the time, or you just gotta go balls on the walls and like, you know, kill everything and just move through it and leave the stupid explosions behind you. Like, both strategies are pretty suboptimal for my little sorceress here. Wait, what? Where have to... I have to go... Where do I have to go? This way, right? Like, it's living on the edge. Man, I gotta record like a dash-free tier 100. Maybe I should get like the life elixir from Helltides. Oh wait, I'm not doing Helltides, right? Also the fireballs, like, they bounce so far, like, it's really... It is really nice that they really go pretty much off screen already. Sigil, please. Need more sigils, I'm gonna run out. Oh! Okay. We're gonna brute force through here. Yeah. Dash Pulse is no joke. Really, this is terrible. Just remove this ability. Maybe I should give my construct the taunt ability. Think that's gonna do anything? Might as well do it, because, you know, the abilities I have on it are not doing anything at all anyway. Like, also the trap damage doesn't scale with your life, so you can pretty much ignore the traps. Like, unless the trap can CC you, like, it doesn't matter at all. You can just stand in the middle of it. No clue why you would, like, build traps into dungeon and don't scale them with, like, the level. Like, literally in every game I know, like, traps always do, like, % life damage. Just like in D4, like, they basically just do none. Oh. So why doesn't he die? Like, this is also, like... I go into the, thing, I cast the meteor, like I move out and the meteor I casted inside stops doing damage as soon as I went out. Doesn't make any sense. Ward of Stone, you just want to play this. You don't want to play this dungeon, it's like super terrible. Just played it because I was out of sigils. Ideally, you want to play Ward of Cinders and Ward of Ink, I believe. Oh. Oh, not fear. Okay, this room's getting a little bit out of control. Right. I mean, I guess I can farm tier 100 if I wouldn't just get one shot all the time. So now I'm finally full. Like, I cannot carry anymore. Like, not nice. Oh, let's go with exploit. You would imagine I would level the glyphs I'm actually using in my board instead of the ones I don't use. That's special tactics. Yeah, I thought I could avoid using flame firebolt enchant as well, but it doesn't work. The construct is just never there. It is really like with this build you need immediate how do you say, immediate burning, because all your damage and all your damage reduction is based on burning. So you really have to get the enchant. Doesn't work without. Get down. Do I keep some of these? No. Oh, this aspect? Nah, I'm probably not gonna play Blizzard this season, to be honest. So I keep the end ones. Where do these come from? So the end completion of the dungeon still gives you like 725 items, while the dungeon only drops like item level 925. How difficult is it to design a mechanic like that? Shouldn't even look at boots. This has a lot of DR from injured and icy touch. Is icy touch even this thing? I don't think so. Where's the aspect guy? Of course I don't have room. What was I gonna do? Put these items away into my special tab here. Alright, so do I have a good one now? I wanna have Vault of Cinders. God damn it. Can I just have like a tier 100 Vault of Cinders? Guess not. So what do you have here? Nightmare Portal, Monster Bleeding Damage, Monster Burning Resist. That's a good one. Vault of Copper. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Like if you're in the room with the construct, the taunt would probably do something, but most likely the construct is just gonna like taunt something which is like randomly off screen anyway. How do you say Fireball costs much mana? Fireball is like super cheap. Like with the bouncy Fireball, you have like such a high lucky hit chance. Like you want to see how I like sustain my mana? Like I sustain my mana with like one single ability. So this is my mana sustain. Frigid Breeze. This is it. I have nothing else sustaining my mana on Fireball. I have exactly 100 mana. And that's it. I mean, look, I don't even spec into Fury Surge. Like I just have 1 point into it. Like I literally don't have any mana regeneration, but 3 points into Frigid Breeze. So I don't know, like it doesn't really consume any mana. Like it's not a lot. Because you just have like this wait. Yeah. You just have this beautiful return with the Frigid Breeze. And obviously if you don't have Frigid Breeze, you could just use the aspect there. If they would fix Frigid Breeze at some point, you could use the aspect. But as long as they don't fix Frigid Breeze, this is like pretty much a free mana regeneration. What? I don't even remember what the Vault of Copper is. Cannot remember this. It's like always. I just gotta remember Vault of Stone is the one I don't want to play. This is like the important one. What? Just got pulled. Start level 50, Firewall. Firewall best build. Firewall kills everything. Oh, this dungeon is so relaxed. Like there's no like freaky ground effects. So easy. Like, see, that's why I like these dungeons. Because it's like so, well, it's not linear, but, you know, you always like have the enemies in front of you and you can just, you know, blast them with the fireballs. No problem. Right, where are we going here? No, 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 no. That was a little bit... Oh! Randomly killed again. Can I just have a run without a random death here? It's like so frustrating. Like I was almost done with this run. These little ones, like they're like, they can one-shot you, like these tiny little construct things. Ah! Again. I will get it done eventually. Oh, come on, no butcher. This is tier 100, dude. Alright, let's kill him. We can do it. Just the butcher. No problem here. It's gonna take a while. I think it's like, oh, it has too much regeneration. I'm gonna take this butcher to the, like, through the tier 100 with me. He's gonna die eventually. Just don't feel like face tanking him. Oh, I got walled. Wait. Do I want to take the butcher to the boss room? He's not gonna follow me to the boss room, right? Where's the boss room anyway? Nah. The butcher's like so overtuned, I feel like. They should be like a little bit... Either he should be doing less damage or he should be having less HP. Right, boss room. I guess he doesn't follow me. Yeah, it is. Like, I don't have the mana regeneration for single target. I need resource generation on my ring and I need mana cost reduction on my amulet for that. Also, like, yeah, the Meteor is just like, that is a cooldown spell. It's just like, that doesn't make it like really working for single target at all. No, I didn't test Incinerate. I'm not gonna do this. The skill tree? You want to see the skill tree? Fireball. Greater Firewall, which I don't think, like, I don't even know which one is better. Like, these are both trash, pretty much. You could probably even save this point. Like, the burning damage is very little, but, you know, it's probably going to be more than the 30% additive here. Really, no defenses. Max these, max these. Max these. Max Meteor. Max all these. 1 point, 1 point, 3 points. 1 point, 1 point, 3 points. Asus Ferocity, that's it. Pretty easy skill tree. No, Firewall doesn't do any damage. You cannot scale Firewall and Fireball or Meteor at the same time. You can either scale burning damage or you can scale direct damage. And Firewall you need to scale burning damage for. And the problem is burning damage just doesn't scale. Doesn't do the damage. Way too low. Maybe I can do this one perfectly. Gotta be one. Like I need one like perfect one for the guide. I don't want to put like a video with a dash in the guide. Like that just shut no. It's not like not good. Hello guys. Why are you so angry at me? Like can't we just sit like together, drink tea and play like a game of chess and the winner gets the dungeon? Like why do they have to be so hostile? Oh, did you just see the construct? Like, I saw it for the first time appearing behind me when I was already through the portal. Okay, so these are all arcane enchanted. Like the entire dungeon. But they don't do like a lot of damage, the arcane enchantment, so that's... I think that's even like a good thing. Oh, come on. These little spiders, it's like... Like... So weird. They do like insane damage. That's why I need the Vault of Cinders, because it doesn't have these little spiders. Little spiders everywhere. I don't have this guide yet for this build. I still need to record like a video for it to make it a guide, and then I will be posting one. I have the original build guide in the description, and I wrote like text which aspects I changed and which items I changed and which skills I changed. Actually, it's not so many changes. I mean, obviously, like I pretty much changed every single aspect, but besides that, there's not so many changes. The gear is pretty much the same and everything. Where am I going? Again, like these constructs. I can't enter the suppressor thing till I have my stuff up. Very dangerous. Like all this, they're all like arcane enchanted. Wait, I guess there's just one left. Still no Vault of Cinders. I'm like unlucky. I don't even remember these dungeons here. The Ice Blade is pretty much just for getting a Tarasha stack, like getting cold damage. And the Lightning Spear is to pre-stun mobs and do vulnerable. Oh, this is Avenger. This is like a big bear. What? What killed me? There was just a fear on the ground. This game hates me. Literally died to nothing. Why would you play this in tier 100, by the way? I'm just going away. Not interested in this shrine. Oh, nice. Closed door. Right there. Again, Ward of Stone. Can I just have a Ward of Cinders, please? Is it like so hard? Is this, by the way, is this the same, like, Hoarfrost demise? Or is it gonna be different? Got a feeling I just gotta kill these... Wait, what is this? This doesn't look good. Okay, so now I go there. Oh, I can pick my shrine. What? Even more spawning? What am I doing? What am I doing in this dungeon here? Destroy the ice barrier. Never played this dungeon. Oh, unique helm. Wonder what's that gonna be. God Slayer crown. What? Oh, suppressor. This dungeon is pretty easy actually. Like, except for the random dares I like encountered in the beginning. Could definitely speedrun this. It's super linear. But it has a boss, I guess. So we'll see how I will do on the tier 100 boss with this. See who it is. With the Kasra abomination. Yeah, okay, it's like not great on the boss. I mean, it's not gonna take forever, but if I would fix my mana regeneration, I could probably kill this boss within like 30 seconds. But I can't spam my meteor. But I mean, it's not a huge deal, like, it just takes a little long. Also, like, look, I can tank like every hit of this huge boss, but like the little tiny construct wasp in like the vault is like one-shotting me through my full barrier. And like this huge boss not even touching me. No Prodigy, there's no room for aspects. I just need mana cost reduction on my amulet, really. That's gonna be fixing it. I'm not missing a whole lot. Like, if you look at my mana regeneration, I'm not missing so much. So it's just gonna be like a little more mana cost reduction, then I wouldn't have any issues with tier 100 boss. Damage-wise, it's alright. Can you show me a video of like a ball lightning guy who has like cleared any kind of nightmare dungeon in this season? Haven't seen one. What is Path of the Blind? I mean, it got significantly nerfed. But, I mean, it's still playable. But I don't think it does that much. I mean, it's probably better on single target, don't get me wrong, but I highly doubt it can face roll tier 100 at this state. I mean, I'm more than happy to, like, see any video I haven't seen. I haven't even seen, like, a Ball Lightning guy clearing, like, a tier 60, actually. Like, there's literally no content. This is ranged AoE, just don't underestimate ranged AoE, right? Like, melee is like... It depends, right? Like, obviously you can play low life Ball Lightning, and you know what? It's probably gonna be easy to survive. But also, if you look at like like the Ball Lightning players, all of them are most likely snapshotting. So if I would snapshot, I would do 2 times more damage, would have the double attack speed, and I would, you know, you get my point, have 2 times the attack speed, double damage, and double defenses. If I would snapshot. But I don't do this. But I mean, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I just didn't see any Ball Lightning gameplay, which was even like remotely close to this. Like, this has like insane clear speed. Obviously, it's not like Ball Lightning last season, but... Well, first of all, if you have problems with bosses, don't play bosses. Like, nobody's forcing you to play bosses. Like, bosses in, like, high-tier dungeons is like endgame. You don't have to play dungeons with bosses. Just play walls. It's, like, way easier. Like, what do you think how I got to, like, you know, this tier 100 state so fast? Because I didn't play bosses. I just played the walls. They give way more XP, they give way more items, and they don't have bosses. Why would I do, like... I don't have to show you a Varshan kill. Like, I can insta-gib Varshan. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Varshan takes, like, 3 Meteor combos and is dead. Also, like, honestly, I don't care what you're saying at all. Like... This is not a single target build. This is not made for bossing. If you want to make this build for bossing, you gotta change talents. You gotta get single target mana regeneration. I don't have single target mana regeneration. And you know why? Because I don't need single target mana regeneration because I don't do bosses. Like, it's pretty simple. I can guarantee you I can kill Varshan within like 10 seconds or something like that. I don't even know. I mean, I haven't tested that boss at all. But, you know, it has like 1/5 of the HP of a tier 100 boss or so. So it's gonna die probably within 4 meteors. Yes, with this build. With Firewall you have no boss damage, like, that's normal. Firewall is not a boss clear build. It's good for early game bosses, but it completely falls off. But again, like, you don't need to kill bosses in this game. Like, this is like you just farm the walls. The walls don't have bosses. Like, easy. You get mad XP, you get like mad item drops, you get everything you need. And you don't have to kill bosses. Awesome. Is this event ever gonna end? This dungeon is super easy, by the way. Yeah, but who cares if you can kill Varshan in like 100? Like, why would you want to kill Varshan in 30 seconds? Like, why do you kill Varshan? Like, for what? You want to farm Asus boots? You know how many Asus boots I dropped while not killing Varshan? Like, why do you want to like kill Varshan in 30 seconds? What's the point? Just go to Discord, get a Varshan rotation. There's gonna be a Barb who's gonna be one-shotting Varshan for you anyway. Also, like, what's wrong with 30 seconds? Like, are you level 100? Like, what state of the game are you in? Like, 30 seconds boss kill time doesn't sound that bad. Depends on, like, the state where you are. This dungeon takes forever, by the way. Thought it was good, but it takes forever. Oh, this is like the deadly poison puddle. Wow, that was so close. Oh, look, Raymond. Guess what I didn't do? I didn't target farm Raymond. Well, it's Soulbrand, actually. Who cares? So you're 100 full geared, and you, like, need 30 seconds for Varshan. I'm gonna check Varshan after this dungeon. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna need 30 seconds for that guy. Right, sounds pretty slow to me. Just what I'm saying. You're probably doing something wrong. Or are you playing like Firewall? Wait, I gotta destroy one more corpse pile here. There it is. Well, I guess 7-minute tier 100 dungeon. This is like a terrible dungeon, but I didn't die. Alright, let me check Varshan, right? I'm gonna do it right now. Let's see. Where's this guy, Varshan? I will change one skill though. Because I don't have the mana regeneration for him. But I mean, if you're playing Varshan, I guess it's fair to assume that you can change like one skill, right? Like I'm gonna remove these, and I'm gonna do these, and then I'm gonna do these. And I'm done. Because I assume I can kill him within the first Inferno. So let's see, big Varshan challenge. Balls on the walls now. Do you need a timer for this? No, I'm just gonna count like, you know, with my mouse. Wait, let me just think what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this. Alright, by the way, I'm playing aspect of control, so I have one aspect which is not gonna give me any damage against Varshan. Oh, that was too early, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? So that was like 15 seconds? Was it? I don't know. I didn't count. Let's just make this 15 seconds, and I screwed up the initiator. So I don't know if this is too slow. Like if this is too slow for you, then you know it's alright. I feel like this was alright. Like By the way, I have I found I found the perfect Starwalker road somewhere. Didn't even notice it. Well, if you run it, yeah, if you solo it with 4 man, then, you know, it's okay that it takes 30 seconds. You're not a barb. Like your sorceress, that's alright. Like, you're not supposed to carry 4 people into Varshan with a sorceress. That's so funny. Like, I didn't even know when this dropped. I gotta replace mine. I wouldn't get it with level 70. Just wait until you're like level 80 or something like that, I would assume. I mean, if you can find a group which, you know, carries you through with level 70, I guess it's alright. I mean, this has a shitty life roll, but, you know, that's alright. It has 925. And there's perfect 6-second cooldown. I don't have a planner for this build yet, but the planner is in the description. The old one, and I have all the changes in the description, but I don't have a planner for this version yet. But I will make one. Where do I go? I don't know this town. But anyway, like I'm gonna do this guide like later today. I'm like done with this stream for now. Did I upgrade my glyph in the last nightmare dungeon? Oh, it's too late anyway. I always forget to update my glyphs. Like terrible. So let's see. Cannot even unsocket a gem, right? Unsocket, unsocket, unsocket. And also like the 8 what is it? Not 825. The 925 gear has a higher stat potential. So it's not random that this rolled 6.0. So there's the higher potential for getting better rolls on the 925 item level breakpoints. I don't know how high it is, but it's significantly higher. So if you farm the helmet with the beast in ice, the chances that you get a shitty roll are like much more likely than if you just naturally farm one, like I just did. But it's like, yeah, I'm losing like 400 life. It's not a big deal. I don't know, I haven't tried the ice spikes this season. Right, I can do one more before I'm out of space here. Well, actually, I am out of space, but... Screw it. Do you have a 900 Mother's M? What is this? Where does all this junk come from? That's just because you made me kill Varshan. I have like my inventory full of useless junk. No. You cannot get 925 from the beast. You get 925 from Nightmare Dungeons tier 80 plus. What is this soul brand? Would you ever play this item? Probably not, right? I'm gonna keep it anyway. Just for fun. We have another Vault of Copper. Avenger. Armor breakers. These are like ugly. Right, let me just do this one here. Alright, last one. Last one for today. This build guide is probably gonna come out tomorrow. Not today. But I might put the planner on the video. Oh wait, I have to respec. God damn it, I'm messing up my recordings. This stupid Varshan story. Really annoying. Right, you definitely feel like the lower cooldown on the Coronet. I gotta say, like it's making a difference. Also, it's giving me extra armor. That's awesome. I lost some lucky hit though. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen Ball Lightning this, but I highly doubt Ball Lightning can do this season. Like, I don't think it can. Well, the point of the beast is you get the item at all. So, I mean, this was a random drop, right? So it could have taken me, like, months to get this random drop. It's just a random drop. I mean, it's not unlikely you get it. Like, these are not super rare drops. But with the beast, it's like the easiest way to obtain it. And, you know, a bad roll is way better than no roll. So that's why you can target farm it. And it's not like they are super crap. Like, they're still, like, relatively high item levels. But yeah, it really like the 2 seconds extra cooldown reduction is really like you really feel this, like it's doing a lot. So that was like pure RNG. Really gotta be careful with these little construct things. I'm just gonna insta-gip you. This scorpion is going to town. Alright. Almost done. Not dying. Just don't die now. We're good. What is wrong with these guys? Wait, where am I going? Where am I going? Oh my god. I have to find the way. While not getting killed. So I'm going somewhere there. Right. This is like the most difficult part if the suppressor spawns in the very middle. You gotta jump in like a freaking maniac. Nice. Flawless. Finally. That's a good showcase. Yeah, it drops 900 to 925, but like again, it's a good way of obtaining the item, don't get me wrong. So which one do we even wanna do Pyromaniac? Oh, I'm probably I think I'm done with this build. I'm gonna go into Arklash. Yeah, I will finish this Paragon board because this Paragon board still needs like reworking. You can see this is like pretty like, it's still like an old Paragon board. So I have like, you know, this tree here is pretty much just giving me 14% DR. So this is like pretty much wasted. So I gotta rework this. And this is, I mean, this is okay right now because it gives me extra life, but this is also, you probably don't want to play this. And, well, this is another tree, which is like, you know, this is also 14% DR, no, it's 16% DR, which is alright, because we gotta get Searing Heat anyway, but there's better ways of getting Searing Heat. So what you can do is you can just get the Searing Heat board. So you don't play the Searing Heat board at all because this is really not so great. It's just little additive damage, and this node in the middle is also not like awesome. And what you can do is you can get the Paragon board and just go in from here, pick these nodes and pick this, and not pick any glyph at all. So that's a better way of getting Searing Heat node. So this can be optimized. Usually I don't pick these. Like these probably also completely go for more nodes. So this is not optimized. And this is also not optimized because I have the vulnerable damage reduction here, but I don't have the dexterity here. And I'm picking the lucky hit here because I just had extra nodes. But this is also, I'm not saying that it is wasted, but it's not optimal. So I have to optimize these boards still. Again, I didn't did a full respec. I just started doing these boards at the very beginning. So there's definitely some room for improvement here still. So I gotta make a new board because I already also only have like 770 intelligence. It's like super bad. So yeah, I gotta remake this board and then I'm gonna do like a guide for this, but it's probably gonna be tomorrow, not gonna be today. And then I'm gonna, like after this, I'm gonna do Arklash. Like I'm first gonna try Arklash, Conjuration, Meteor. But with this build, I mean, I will continue playing this until I have all my glyphs leveled up. Because this build is just great. I can just straight farm tier 100s. But then I'm gonna move on. This is also not very optimized. I mean, this is okay, I guess. But yeah, this is not a very good Paragon board. Let's just say, like, this is not a good board at all. Like for this also, like you usually put a glyph in here which uses int, and then you choose this pass, for example, so you can, you know, take the int nodes on the way. And I choose Elementalist here, which only needs like 40 int, and I choose like a completely different pass. So this pass here would be better, technically, than this pass here. This is just like min-maxing, right? It's like you save like 1 or 2 points if you change this one around. Here, like it's... For this bot, you can really save anything, but get the synergies right. Again, this is like suboptimal. This is suboptimal. Like this node, I feel like it's not doing anything. The burning damage from Meteor is there, but it's minimal. So I really just picked this because it's just 3 extra points from here. Like there's no reason to really pick this. And then you can basically save all these points, right? This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. There's like 20 points here, which you can pretty much save. And if you also do not take these nodes here in the middle, then you can also, you know, remove all these. Then you can get here, and on the way you can get this connection. So this is like pretty much like 35 nodes I'm using here, and this is like an entire board. Like these 2 clusters basically cost me an entire board. And they really only give like, you know, 14% DR and I don't know, 50, like 80% additive damage, not even 80, like 60% additive damages or something like that. So this is like really not a good build. Anyway, I gotta get going, so just stay tuned. I will post this guide tomorrow, I promise.